He uploaded a video saying he wouldn't live for long. A few days later, he was gone. This wasn't a movie scene or some elaborate prank, it was real. His name was Attica, a famous gaming YouTuber from New York. Millions of people watched his videos. He was funny, loud, and just full of energy. But behind that infectious smile, something was breaking. In June 2019, Attica uploaded a video titled "I'm Sorry." In it, he talked about his mistakes, his regrets, and his pain. To many, it sounded like a final goodbye. But his fans were used to his antics. They thought it was just part of his act. 2 days later, he disappeared. Search teams looked everywhere. The Manhattan Bridge, the river below. And then on June 25th, they found his body. Attica was gone forever. The internet exploded. Clips from his last video spread like wildfire. People called it a prediction, saying he knew what was coming. Others argued he was crying for help, and nobody listened. The question still haunts us. Did Attica really predict his own death? Or was the internet too busy watching instead of helping? Before the tragedy, Attica was a star. He started with small gaming streams, playing Nintendo games, reacting to memes, and making people laugh. His energy was just unmatched. Every video felt alive. But with fame came immense pressure. He lived his life online, 24/7. Every mistake was public. Every emotion became content. And slowly, he started to lose control. In late 2018, Attica's behavior began to change. He posted strange tweets, claiming to be the Antichrist. He'd go live at odd hours, talking about life and death. Fans were confused. Some were worried, but others just laughed it off. Then came the breakdowns. Police were called to his home multiple times. He was taken to hospitals for mental health evaluations. Each time he came back, he'd be smiling, pretending everything was fine, but inside, he was falling apart. By mid-2019, his YouTube channel was removed. He said he was done, that the internet had destroyed him. And then, that final video appeared. After his death, people started connecting the dots. The warning signs were all there, but no one acted in time. He wasn't predicting his death. He was pleading for help. His fans built murals in his memory. His friends spoke out about mental health. And the platforms that profited from his content were forced to ask, how many creators have to break before we finally start listening? While Attica's story was about pain and silence, Grant Amato's is about obsession and destruction. Grant wasn't a famous YouTuber. He was a 29-year-old nurse from Florida, quiet, smart, and addicted. Not to drugs, but to the internet. It started small. He joined an online campsite and met a model from Bulgaria named Sylvie. She was friendly and made him feel seen. Soon, he couldn't stop. Grant spent thousands of dollars just to talk to her. He lost his job, then his savings, then his family's trust. His parents begged him to stop. They sent him to rehab and took away his internet access. But the addiction had already taken over. On January 25, 2019, everything ended. Police found his father, mother, and brother all shot dead in their home. Grant was arrested that same night. He denied it at first, but the evidence was undeniable. He had murdered his own family, all because of an online fantasy. The case shocked America. He was called the man who loved a screen more than his blood. He wasn't chasing fame like Attica. He was chasing attention, the kind money can't buy and sanity can't survive. This wasn't a death prediction. It was a slow, digital suicide, not of his body, but of his soul. Today, Grant Amato is serving life in prison, and Sylvie? She moved on, likely never knowing the true extent of his obsession. The stories of Attica and Grant are different, but they both show the dark side of our digital world. They remind us that behind every screen is a real person, and sometimes the loudest cries for help are the ones we can't hear. Have you ever heard the name Eli Stone? The story goes that he was a YouTuber who eerily predicted his own death online. It's a chilling tale that has circulated for years in creepypastas and on Reddit threads. But here's the uncomfortable truth: Eli Stone never existed. He was a fictional character, a lawyer with visions from a 2008 TV show. The internet took this fictional name and wove it into a myth, a ghost story for the digital age. Why? Because we love a good mystery, especially one about a final, cryptic message from beyond the screen. This story isn't just a simple mix-up. It's a perfect example of how the internet doesn't just tell stories, it creates them. But while Eli Stone is fiction, the tragic reality for other creators is all too real. When we look at the true stories, like that of Desmond Etika Amofa, a pattern starts to emerge. These stories all begin in the same place, online. A space meant for connection, creativity, and fame. But for many, that space slowly becomes a trap. The pressure of fame, the addiction to attention, and the crushing silence when the screen goes dark. For Etika, the warning signs were flashing in bright red. He posted bizarre messages, he openly talked about his struggles, and how the internet had, in his words, destroyed him. But many people dismissed it as part of his online persona, a joke, an act for views, until it was too late. These tragedies often share a common, quiet thread: digital loneliness. You can have millions of followers, but feel completely alone. You can receive thousands of comments, yet feel like no one is truly listening. Mental health doesn't always scream for help. Sometimes it just whispers, and in the fast-paced world of social media, those whispers are easily scrolled past. The line between a creator's real life and their online persona blurs and then disappears entirely. When views become your only source of validation, every moment of silence can feel like a personal rejection. These aren't just sad stories about individuals. They are stark warnings about the hidden cost of attention and the desperate need for us to listen before it is too late. When a creator's life ends in tragedy, the internet suddenly wakes up, but only for a moment. News outlets rush to publish headlines, timelines flood with tributes, and their videos start trending. Then, just as quickly, comes the silence. But it's what follows that silence that's truly unsettling. The tragedy doesn't just fade away, it gets repackaged as content. Their final, painful moments are turned into clickbait thumbnails. Their suffering is repurposed for reaction videos and profit. After Etika's death, countless channels uploaded videos honoring him, but many were just using his name for clicks, re-uploading his final, heartbreaking goodbye without a shred of respect for its meaning. We don't just watch tragedy anymore, we consume it. When creators fall apart, we turn their breakdowns into breaking news. And perhaps that's why so many feel so isolated, even when they're seen by millions. We live in a world where every emotion is posted and every pain can become content. People like Etika just wanted to be heard. They were given attention, but not the understanding they desperately needed. Fame is a strange and deceptive thing. It looks beautiful from the outside, but behind the bright lights, there is often profound loneliness. The internet doesn't always heal pain, it often just provides a place to hide it in plain sight. Every time a creator breaks down, we're quick to say they should have asked for help, but maybe the real question we should be asking ourselves is, were we ever really listening? A single kind message, a genuine check-in, a human connection beyond the comment section, these small acts can change everything. So next time you see someone struggling online, don't just scroll past, be human. Etika's story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the loudest noise can drown out the quietest cry for help. If we can learn to listen more closely, to offer support instead of just consuming content, maybe, just maybe, we can prevent the next tragedy from happening at all. Thank you for watching. If you or anyone you know is going through a tough time, please don't hesitate to reach out. There are resources available, and you are never alone. Remember to subscribe for more thoughtful content, and please, take care of each other.